Hey everyone, Damien Tudovic here from the Zima Network once more, bringing you a 1 vs 1 on the map Outer Reaches for Dawn of Soulstorm. So yeah, on the left we've got Axe Frenchie as the Chaos Space Marines, and on the right we've got the rather fearsome Necrons being commanded by ROFL, we'll just call him. Bit of a long name actually. So yeah, we've got a pretty standard build by the Necron players, who's building quite a few plasma generators, and on the left we got a looks like a no power plant build by the Chaos Marine player. So he's going with a standard Chaos Space Marine squad and nothing else. I wonder where his builder went actually. Oh, there they are. So yeah, it looks like they just wanted to go for a fast Space Marine squad. I'm not entirely sure what else they're trying to do. Yeah, it looks like they're just going for more Space Marines. Chaos Space Marines, should I say. I've actually gone for a third cultist squad, I'd say. Given that they went for a no generator build, that certainly would have helped in capturing the outer reaches of this map, actually. But what can you do? And yeah, looks like they'll be making a beeline for the Necron's base, I think, so they'll be doing a bit of light harassment. As the Necron player, he's making his first Necron squad already, so it looks like he'll should have that finished just in time to fend off that attack with the Necron Lord coming in as well. So interesting start by the Chaos Space Replay. And yeah, it looks like Frenchie's decided to commit to this attack actually. Necron Warriors deciding to go in for the melee actually, just to delay them a bit further I think, while the Necron Lord comes out as well. Actually doing a pretty good job delaying them indeed. I didn't think they would be lasting that long, but there you go. Because yeah, it's interesting Chaos Marines actually have better melee than regular Space Marines. But yeah, as you can see, looks like the second Space Marine squad has arrived, and not seeing anything more for French. Yeah, he's just deciding to build listening close to me, sorry. And yeah, finally got the Necron Lord coming out as well, just to join in the fun. Looks like Chaos Marines actually do a pretty good job of delaying the capture on this strategic point by the Scarabs. And by the looks of it, it might have actually been, this whole attack might have just been something to hold off the Necrons while their cultists captured a few points closer to the Necron player on the map itself, so not too bad at all actually, although we've got a bit of harassment being done by the Builder Scarabs on the left though. And yeah, it looks like the Chaos player can't see that, and he's actually going for his own Chaos Lord as well, so not a bad start for the Chaos Space Marines actually. To see what the Necron player can do about this. So at the moment he's decided to build a Gauss turret just to provide further defense, and he's going for loads and loads and loads of Necron Warriors, as you can see. And for a bit of harassment with the Necron Lord. Although that might just be mitigated a bit with the addition of the Chaos Lord though, so it looks like yeah, he's going to be sent on defense. Yeah, but at the same time we've got a strategic point actually being decapped by these Builder Scarabs. But yeah, that's the thing with the Necrons, they don't need to capture too many points, especially at the beginning of the game, because they actually get their all of their power from these plasma generators, so they don't really get any requisition from these points. They just increase their squad cap. So certainly these points are important later on in the game, especially relic points and that to get their better units out. But yeah, early on in the game it's not as important, so I don't know how effective Frenchie's initial harassment might have been. But at the same time though, he did manage to keep the Necrons at bay for a bit to allow his cultists to capture a few points. So we do have very nice. So Necron Lord actually teleported ahead of Space Marine squad at the same time, and Chaos Lord is being left behind a bit with these Necron Warriors. However, Necron Lord I think might have overextended himself a bit there, because we do have two separate Chaos Marine squads who could just dance around him, so to speak, and yeah, do melee or other range damage that way. Just see if it's doing anything else. Nope. So, just have a look at this battle that's being brought on here. So Necron, wow, Necron Lord might actually be getting killed. Nope, he has enough energy, or are these teleports seems to have cooled down. Wow, rather desperate battle between cultists and builder scarabs. It's going to be lasting for a while, but looks like. So yeah, at the moment, as you can see, Necroplay does seem to have been driven back to his base, but he is slowly capturing his side of the map. In fact, he's actually captured the topmost strategic point on the outer reaches on the map, so to speak. But at the same time, though, Chaos Spaceman Player has managed to push in a little bit ahead of the Necron Player. He certainly wants to upgrade this listing post and this listing post as well. So I'm surprised he actually hasn't upgraded this listing post first for whatever reason. Perhaps he's expecting this listing post not to last too long, in which case, yeah, he might as well just leave it there. But I'd say, given how relatively equal these two players are in terms of troop numbers, I'd say Necron player, Chaos Space player might be better off here going with the early upgrade. But at the very least, he is upgrading listing post now, and seems to be catching the Chaos. The Necron player a bit as well. But at the same time, we do have the Necron Lord coming in, and Flayed One's coming in as well, forcing a nice little retreat on Chaos Space player. Though we do have Raptors coming in, an interesting choice actually, because they're not quite as, if I remember correctly, they're not quite as durable as Assault Space Marine squad, but they can still jump around, they can still do some melee damage. Unfortunately, yeah, this is the post is about to go down, so perhaps yeah, what the Chaos Space Marine player should have done is either went for an earlier upgrade to help help hold these Necron warriors at bay, or maybe not gone for an upgrade at all now that I think of it. But of course, you know, they say hindsight is well, it's always 50. What is it? No, 2020. That's right. Vision on hindsight is always 2020. So yeah, it looks like Necroplay has got his armory building, the summoning core out, and yeah, he's doing a pretty good job in the middle actually. So yeah, it's just deciding to sit back for now. Although we do see some harassment being done by the Necron Lord, so yeah, it looks like he'll be wanting to clean up these cultists. So yeah, it looks like now the Chaos Space player is actually on the back foot there. So we'll see what troops and upgrades he goes for when he goes to tier 2. From what I can see, okay, yeah, he has built an armory, so he might be going for a bit more of an infantry based build. We'll have to see what happens though. So he's going for a plasma pistol upgrade to start with. So not such a bad upgrade actually, and yeah, we're seeing aspiring champions being built as well. So the only thing really missing is maybe a third Chaos Space Marine squad, or maybe some frag grenades as well, just to stop those pesky Flayed Ones and yeah, Necron Lord, this sort of stuff for closing in on them to do melee damage. At the same time though, it looks like we might have a second major battle of the game here. In either case though, one thing's for sure, this listing post is going to go down, and yes, it certainly has. So it looks like Frenchie reacting to that just a little bit too slowly though, and yeah, this point is going to get decapped pretty soon, I'd imagine, by those builder scarabs. And yeah, as you can see, the Chaos player has decided to retreat for now. Just see if he's at tier 2 yet. Yes, he is. So he's going for a sacrificial circle, and a chaos sorcerer. So indeed, he is going for more of an infantry-based build, which might not be too bad. Let's see what happens. So by the looks of it, he is going to go for a ranged build, unless if he decides to get berserkers out as well. So it looks like chaos sorcerer is out, and we're not seeing any berserkers though. So yeah, it looks like we're going to be seeing a bit more of a ranged build rather than a mixed build. And to be honest, I would have been, well, I would have preferred perhaps a bit of more of a mixed build in this case, especially with these Flayed Ones. They do morale damage, and berserkers do not take any morale damage. But I'll have to see what happens really. So the Chaos Sorcerer managing to do some pretty good damage with his spell there. I'll just see if we have any upgrades being researched though. So no upgrades being researched. It looks like we're just getting the Khorne Berserkers now. So what do you know? We're going to be seeing a nice little mixed build that might just be able to help defend against this
6 minutes
well, these flayed ones and these Necron warriors as well. To see what happens, I suppose. And there you go. It looks like Khorne Berserkers. After eating their cornflakes, they become nice, big, and strong, and yeah, hopefully they might be able to lend a bit of assistance as well. Chaos Sorcerer looks like we have the Change of Torment research being researched as well, so he is indeed going to go for a melee push, most likely with his Khorne Berserkers and Chaos Sorcerer, as you can see. Just most likely waiting for Chains of Torment to finish researching before he decides to do that. At the same time, we do have Mortals being brought out just in case Chaos Space Marine player decides to go for a vehicle push, but I'm not really seeing that at all at the moment. And yeah, but it looks like the Chains of Torment ability has just been researched as well. So just have a look. Looks like the Khorne Berserkers are here, and there you go, managing to well, ensnare a small group of Necrons. Don't know how much that was worth it though. He might have had a better idea. Well, the better idea might have been to just go for these Immortals, but at the same time though, these Immortals are getting trapped though, so I guess the Chaos Space Marine player was really just trying to go for the this target at the time, which happened to be a pretty small squad of Necron warriors though. At the same time though, this Khorne Berserker is doing a pretty good job in disrupting this Necron squad, and at the same time Chaos Space Marines are, I think, getting disrupted by these Necron warriors though. Looks like Necron player realizes they have a heavy weapon, so yeah, just deciding it'd be better to go into melee actually to do that, to disrupt them, so to speak. Interestingly enough, we're not seeing any vehicle cults or anything else being built by the Chaos Space Marine player. And yeah, he's floating quite a few resources, so we'd of course be much better off actually building something, of course. As for the Necron player, he's floating a bit as well. I wonder if he's going to be going maybe for a tier 2 upgrade perhaps. I'll have to see what happens. I know he's going for a greater summoning core instead. As these Raptors, I've been doing a bit of harassment throughout the game, but I don't think I've seen too much actual damage being done by them. And yeah, we've got the first anti-vehicle unit popping out for the Chaos Space Marine player, the good old Horror Squad, which isn't too bad either, but of course they'll have to watch out for those pesky little flayed ones as well. Actually, given the amount of power that the Necron players had, it might have been better off going for a bit more of a vehicle build, but especially since they, in Dawn of All Soulstorm, they get access to the Hell Talon aircraft, which is actually pretty decent against buildings and vehicles, and of course it can't be disrupted by flayed ones or any other fancy tricks the Necrons might try to pull, well, except for something like Solar Pulse being triggered by the Necron Lord. But from what I can see, he's got Planetary upgrade, and not entirely sure what his other upgrades are. Okay, looks like he does have Solar Pulse after all. As for his third upgrade, it's most likely going to be Phase Shifter, unless if he's decided to go for something like Chronometron, which is actually a pretty good counterpart to Solar Pulse, because he keeps the enemy troops in that Solar Pulse for that much longer. And yeah, it's interesting. It looks like the Necron player might actually be on the back foot now, so
2 minutes until
have some of his points taken down there. Don't think Necron player should have really gone directly for this. Sorry, if the Chaos player should have gone directly for the Necron player's base, especially given their score star. Though he's managing to do quite a bit of damage over. You just have to keep in mind that these Khorne Berserkers, they do pretty decent damage to infantry, and not too badly against commander units, but they don't do very good damage against vehicles or buildings though, so sending them straight into a base, the only reason you'd really be doing that is really more for their tanking ability, I suppose, to be able to take a few hits while other troops who can actually do more damage, well, come in and do that actual damage to the base itself. Although, It's only paid out in this case though. Also got a couple of horror squads coming in, but at the same time we do have Necrons doing a bit of damage, actually just about wiping out the Necrons' little outpost here actually, so he's destroyed the armory, and yeah, the only buildings we have left are the Sacrificial Circle, Chaos Temple, and the HQ for the Chaos Space Marines. And at the same time you have to keep in mind that the Necron player can just teleport his squads back whenever he wants to, so pretty good harassment by the Necron player. Looks like he's actually going to be carrying right into the Chaos Space Marine player's base. So I thought we might have actually seen a bit of a base trade happening, but as you can see, the Chaos player at the moment, he doesn't really have the number of troops to do that in my opinion, but we'll have to see what happens. He is getting chased around quite a bit, and yeah, even though he's got pretty considerable forces near the Necron player's base, yeah, they're still getting chased around, and yeah, squads that are being chased around don't really do that much damage, except for maybe something like a Seraphim squad for the Sisters of Battle. They're doing it for themselves. But in any case, not seeing that's happening here. We're seeing Chaos Space Marines getting torn up pretty badly actually. And Horror Squad unfortunately are not doing, well, it did manage to do a bit of supporting damage, but yeah, I'd say the Space Marine player probably would have been better off going with more vehicle units, or rather going with vehicle units instead, but there you go. Although somewhere this kind of build can work though, but it usually involves Chaos player going for a pretty fast tier 3, that's when you actually can build those rather pretty nice elite troops, the Possessed Squad and the Obliterators, who are going to get pretty easily disrupted actually. But yeah, unfortunately it looks like the Chaos Space Marine player just didn't get to that stage, and yeah, they're just certainly paying the price for that. And yeah, I'd say that yeah, they certainly would have been better off destroying the outlying outlying Necron points and capturing them themselves instead of going straight for the for their base. But there you go. Those are the breaks. And yeah, looks like the Necron Lord, the Chaos Lord has been demolished as well. Some pretty gruesome combat here actually. Kind of hard to tell who's winning this melee, although it looks like the Necrons might be, yep, they're certainly pulling ahead, and at the same time they're splitting their troops up a bit actually as well. Got a couple of Necron warriors just hanging out on there, enjoying the view, enjoying the mountainside I suppose, or the hillside I suppose in this case, yeah. Yeah, got Chains of Torment being used by the Sorcerer, but it doesn't look like as if the Khorne Berserkers are taking advantage of that, so not more cornflakes then, but it looks like. And yeah, it looks like this is the end for the Chaos Space Marine player. So actually he did make a machine pit, I didn't realise he did that before, but it's a little bit too late at this stage, unless if he, I don't know, does something insane, like pulls out a Defiler that somehow manages to save him the game, but we're most likely not going to see that happen. There's just too many squads of Necron warriors and flayed ones to make that effective. Although, what do you know, we are seeing a Defiler being built though, but well, given the state of his base, his points being captured everywhere, listing posts being destroyed, just out of mayhem, yeah, I don't think this Defiler is going to make too much difference. In fact, yeah, the only attacking units we have for the Chaos Space Marine player are a couple of Space Marines, and yeah, as you can see, they're not having the best of times with that Necron Lord. Though, what do you know? Defiler did indeed manage to come out for the Space Marine player, but a Chaos Space Marine player, but yeah, as you can see, it's not making much of a difference. And in fact, it looks like the Necron player is just entirely ignoring him, and just being able to do a bit of disruption with this Defiler, but yeah, it just isn't doing enough damage really. He really needs more Defilers, and it's needed a better troop composition than what we've seen earlier on in the game. But there you go. And a few more seconds, and base is down. And there you go. Chaos player is out of the game. So this has been Damien Davidovich signing off.